Going on to you out there, how y'all doing? I don't want to say the name. I don't want YouTube to hit me. But you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Devil card, which is Capricorn, and then the Three of Cups. So what's going on here for you is that a lot of you this person is very attached to you, but you don't have an attachment to them. Um, you know, the Devil card can represent some form of attachment. The Devil card can also represent how a lot of y'all are having a lot of fun, a lot of romantic fun. Be careful not to have too much romantic fun. And if you do have romantic fun, make sure that this person whom you're not going to be romantically interested in long term, make sure that it's short term. I've talked about this before. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're actually taking somebody whom you're supposed to be cool with in that sense too seriously. 6 months and all of that is way too long, and this is why I talk about, like, because the Devil card can represent attachments, but it could also represent like romantic fun, very high level romantic. I could barely, but high level romantic fun, tantric romantic fun, right? So, a lot of oohs and ahs, if you know what I mean. A lot of O's, oohs, ahs, and O's, right? And on some ooh la la type stuff, if you feel me. But you don't want to be long term with a person that you're just supposed to be kicking it with like that, because when you do that, what you happen to have a situation where you won't actually get anything done. So what will happen is you'll find yourself in that type of position where that will be the context of your relationship. I'm saying all this to say that it's a warning to just to have your fun, but just know this is how little ones come about, that a lot of people don't talk about, right? A lot of people don't talk about how, a lot of little ones come about because both of the parents were just supposed to be on some romantic fun type stuff, but they end up having a little bit too much romantic fun too long. And see, I talk about it all the time, that no longer than 3 months. 3 months is usually a good enough time. I would even go as far as to say 3 months is a very long time, because especially if y'all are hanging out with each other in that sense a lot or often, yeah, that's you. I mean, you having romantic fun at least twice, and most people, especially in today's society, don't have romantic fun with one person usually more than twice. 2 times is usually pushing it. People usually like to get what they got to do one time. Twice or more is kind of like irregular, right? But anyway, so now you have the Justice card and the Magician, which represents a lot of you are having the time of your lives. You're having a lot of fun. You're doing your thing. You live in life. And so, because of that, a lot of you are in a position where you're just living your life and having fun. Like I said, your priorities are in line. You're making sure that the things that you gotta do on a daily basis. I'm just thinking about the wild stuff that I actually told somebody. The person finna go wild. But anyway, so the situation with that is the Magician is all about how y'all are in a place where, all the things that you want right now, you're getting treated like royalty in your life. You're getting everything that y'all want and very little of the things that you don't want. The Nine of Cups, the Scorpio energy, and the Six of Swords right here represents how a lot of you are in a place where what you've got going on for you, sorry about that, is that for you, the Nine of Cups, the Scorpio energy, and the Six of Swords, again, it could be someone being attached to you after having some sort of could be someone that is attached to you after having romantic fun, because it doesn't necessarily have to be the stalker from before, but it is a person that is like, hey, let's do that again. That's kind of, showing up in not necessarily the best light after y'all two were supposed to have like kicked it in that sense, and y'all was supposed to be done. it seems to me as if they don't want to be done. They don't want to be done because the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Cups right here represents how they're in a place where you're good, but they want to actually have more time they want to do it more. And that's just an indication. That's just an indication to kind of just continue to do your thing. You don't want to give these people access like that, otherwise it becomes boring. So you want it to be novelty and, you know what I'm saying, and unpredictable, you know. This is why it is that I say, like, you know, people who have, like, you know, they have a situation going on with control and they can't give up control like that and let certain things play themselves out. Those are usually the people in relationships who are the most unhappy, because they spend so much time trying to control everything and everyone to the point where they actually forget about having fun, truth be told, right? And so, and yes, I did pull that out of nowhere. And so the thing is that the Ten of Pentacles here, so the Ten of Pentacles here, you have the Strength card, the Magician, no, the Strength card, excuse me, the Hermit, Five of Cups, Six of Cups, right, the World card, a lot of Capricorn energy. Could be a Capricorn, it could be controlling, the person could be controlling like a Capricorn. But to clarify the Ten of Pentacles, I think the ten of Pentacles, right? Did I say Two of Cups? No, I think I said Ten of Pentacles. But the Strength card, the Hermit, and the Five of Cups right here represents how a lot of you are in a space where, again, you're having fun, and it wasn't really meant to be anything long term. But they want to have they want to have fun one more time with y'all. And so some of you may oblige, some of you may not. The Five of Cups, you may, a lot of you may regret it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You may even let them know, like, don't have you regret this, because y'all were just trying to, you was just trying to have fun. You was just trying to have fun. You wasn't really trying to have it be long term like that. The Six of Cups, obviously, they come back and they want to have fun again. And again, you have the World card, right? y'all are having so much fun. Y'all are doing y'all thing. Y'all are having so much fun. Y'all are ultimately doing y'all thing. A lot of you can't really complain because the amount of fun that y'all are having is so good, to the point where, you know, it's just so many of the things that you want to happen and so little things, right? You know, life is fun when it's exciting, you know? You're getting all these new connections popping off and doing your thing. No pun intended on the popping off. But you got all these connections. Wow, you got all these connections happening and things going on. And mind your business. Anyway, and so because of that, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, through my train of thought all off talking about that. So you're just having fun, and you have people who are just attracted to you right now. Just attracted to you, wanting to be around you, wanting to be in a relationship with you, you know, wanting some form of connection with you, something. And y'all are like, but why would you? Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Yes, let us clarify the Two of Cups. High Priestess, the Emperor, Ace of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and then you have the Ten of Pentacles. Right, like you're in a place where you're thinking about it, right? Why should this be a relationship that has started now? You know, especially if it was just meant to be something short term. And they want it to be long term. Now, like it is, I said before, anything past 3 months is really long term, right? So once you start getting into 3, 4s, and 5s when it comes to the month, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, that's kind of a relationship. And why do I say that? Because you know them type of people that'll be like they're not marriage material, but then how long they've been with them? They've been with them technically they've been with them for like 2 years, and it's like, but so if that's the case, why are you hanging out with a person that isn't marriage material? Like, what are we doing right now? Factually, a person is wasting their time doing that because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. What that does is that for people who has common sense and has self-respect, they're gonna look at it and they're gonna go, you're hanging out with someone for that amount of time whom you really shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be hanging out with them because that's not anything that's supposed to be taken seriously. So how am I supposed to get into this situation if that's exactly what it is? It's a situationship. Like, you've already got something going on here, and then you just want to what? Branch all the way over to me, stop hanging out with this person and then be cool with me? No, right? Person who has self-respect is like, no, finish doing what it is that you got to do, and then think about if this is something that you really want to do. Because there's a time, see, a lot of the times people don't talk about this, but like what's really going on in order to get a good relationship or make it so that it's within your best chances to get a good relationship, you really want to get out of a relationship, spend some time, heal, think about what you want to do, and then if you want to hang out with the person in that sense, then you can do something like that. Again, then you can do something like that. A lot of the times people be monkey branching. They branch all the way over to one person. What that does is that accumulates baggage. You don't want that. Right? Because this is why it is. This is one of the reasons why it is that I say that it's relationships. It's a relationship when you start getting into the 4, 5s, and 6s and beyond, because messed up stuff still happens with a just strictly romantic fun relationship too. Y'all still go through things. That's the thing that a lot of people don't talk about. So factually, you're in a relationship. It doesn't matter what the context. It doesn't matter what the context is. It is a relationship because it's holding the place for a person. You don't go from saying, oh, this is a person that is I'm connected with, but I'm not really taking seriously like that, right? But then you hanging out with them 2-3 years. What do you mean 2-3 years? That's what? That's 24 to 36 months. That's a lot of time. So you out here hanging out with a person whom you saying that you don't rock with, you don't really like that, you don't even see a future with like that, but you don't understand that factually you are in the future. You've already wasted 3 years on a person that you said you don't see a future with. So that literally makes no sense. And see, that's the catch-22 in the whole thing. So my suggestion to y'all is to either stay away from these type of people, or basically, like I said before, cut ties with this person, within or after the 3 months. Whenever it is that I hang out with a person and it's just, romantic fun. Look at that. I'm having romantic fun now. Look at that. Anyway, I wonder when did that happen? But anyway, all of a sudden I'm having a lot of romantic fun now. How did that happen? Anyway, if me and a person kick it in that way, I already know, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, if me and her if me and them don't work out, I already know, like, okay, I'm not really going to stay attached to said person. Why? Because I know I shouldn't be attached like that. Otherwise, that's a relationship. Albeit it may be it's a dysfunctional relationship, I'm still in a relationship. It's just not one that is really meant to be something that's functional and divinely. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. What you should do, like I just told you, either just stop talking to them because they're now caught up with you and they're caught up with what you did the last time. Or um, or maybe y'all been hanging out, but they are caught up with you hanging out with them. They're obsessed. Or just go ghost. Just ghost them after a certain amount of time. No longer than 3 months, like I said before. Within or no longer than 3 months. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel 200K. I'm at 26,120 something subscribers, like 30 subscribers. Wild ride. Appreciate it so much. Hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.